Hey guys, what's going on? It's Train Volk here. Of course, I forgot to turn a competitive mode on. I fucking hate that about this game. They should just make competitive mode the default, and then you can turn on to
Black
hear the shit
Manta,
later.
Aquaman,
So, what's going on,
fighters
guys?
approaching
Today,
Atlantis.
I wanted to talk about something that is most definitely going to get some people riled up. Not just viewers of mine. I think most people watch me and they know how I tend to think and everything will not be surprised at what I'm about what I'm going to say here, but I feel like it's important to talk about. So, I think we can assume from the way Ed is posting that Injustice 2 is our next game, or Injustice 3 is likely the next game we're getting, and we're going to have to face I mean, for some people it's a harsh reality. For me, it's not, because I think the mechanic slash system was good, and I thought it worked well enough. And that is, you are not going to escape the Kameo system next NRS game. And if you are hoping that you will, I am telling you now, you need to temper your expectations, because it's most definitely going to be in the Justice 3. So, what makes me think this? Well, first of all, I hate to tell you guys this, the Kameo system haters, but believe it or not, in the mainstream, in the casual space, the Kameo system is pretty popular. Believe it or not, it's pretty popular. It was definitely more successful and more interesting to people than the custom variation system of MK11 was. So, first of all, it was actually popular. The casuals loved it. Second of all, they have such an obvious marketing gimmick. Say it with me. They're going to be called sidekicks, not cameos. And now, another friend of mine brought that up, but I'm going to say it because it is so obvious that they're right. Um, yeah, they're going to put them in, and they're going to be called sidekicks instead of cameos. Now, one thing I would be interested in seeing that I'm curious about, and this is a thing that we dealt with in MK1 that could lead to some like odd pairings or quirky pairings. If they do that, if they have I'm just gonna call it a sidekick system in Injustice 3. I would like to see more instances of like characters in the main playable roster also being in the cameo slash sidekick system. Um, I think people would feel less cheated if you had characters who were in the roster showing up in the gameplay. As a matter of fact, I think that's how I would handle the system altogether. I would make it so that all of the sidekicks are base roster characters. I think that would lead to, it would lead to people not feeling cheated if the character makes it as a roster character, for example, but does become a cameo or vice versa. Um, I think it's an obvious solution to that. Now, believe it or not, though, even with the casual market, from what I can gather, even that didn't harm the. How do I put this? Uh, Even with all that and the complications of it, that still did not really turn the casuals off of the system. Um, so I don't know. I just wanted to make a very brief video to talk about this. Now, how would this work out? So I think it's pretty obvious that one thing for sure is I think they will introduce moves that have truly different cooldowns. Go. I'm not gonna break into it right now, but there were some minute differences, but mostly most moves hit the exact same cooldowns and whatever. Um, Now, if, and it's a big um, if they end up going the route of, how do I put this? Um, Sorry, I'm doing rough right now. I've got COVID, so I'm a bit fucked in the head at the moment. I apologize. Um, but hold on. I gotta collect my thoughts here. Um, I think that that's what they'll do first. I think Kameo slash Psychic moves. I think they do need to have substantially different cooldowns to justify them. They do need to obviously fix the bug where, like, if you use a move twice, um, or if you deplete your Kameo gauge with the, how do I put this? With the move that would have put you, like, into, how do I, sorry, I'm really fucked up from this COVID right now. My brain is really slow. Um, yeah, anyway, what I'm saying is, I think they need to make moves have different cooldowns so that you can have an instance of you can have broke shit like the kind of things that were in MK1. You can have things like ambushes, but you can make those things cool down proportionate to their value, right? So I would make something like a block string ender, a generic block string ender, or something can just come back almost instantly, for example. But something like a full comboing ambush attack, for example, should be way longer. That is one of the few problems with MK1, in my opinion, is they just did not weigh the cost benefit of the cameos enough, in my opinion. I think that's what it really came down to. You could fix the game, MK1, I mean, so fast if you only did a few changes, but I'm not gonna go into that today. I think I will make one soon, but not today. Um, anyway, I just wanted to get on and talk about this. I don't think we're escaping the cameo system. From a marketing standpoint, it makes perfect sense to go right into a psychic system. It sells itself. Um, what do you think about that? I'm curious. If you're someone who is looking forward to Injustice 3, and when I say this, how do you feel about that? Are you willing to give the mechanic another chance if it ends up in Injustice 3? Are you so traumatized for the cameo system that you just don't want to hear anything about it, period? Don't want to see it ever again? I'd be really curious to know because how do I put this? How do I put it? Sorry, I also got my elderly little pup in my lap here, trying to juggle her. Um, so I don't know. I think that personally for me, I think it will go over a lot better. I think it's a lot easier to sell the idea to DC fans than it is to sell the idea to Marvel fans, for sure. Um, so I just wanted to get on and say that, kind of give some opinions about what I would exactly like do with it afterward. But yeah, that's my opinion. I think we're getting a sidekick system in Injustice 3, and you need to be prepared because, yeah, I mean, I know there are people out there who don't want to believe it. But the cameo system was so unpopular and so Like, yeah. Sorry, I had to catch my thoughts there. Um, so yeah, let me know what you think. I think personally in an injustice environment, I think it could be better than it played out in MK1. I actually do. Um, but we'll talk later about that. I'm going to make multiple videos talking about Injustice 3, what I would like to see from it, and what I suspect or anticipate that NRS might decide to do when it comes to the game. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for listening to my rambling. I apologize for the fucking brain freezes that this COVID's kicking my ass, bro. It's insane. Um, but thanks for watching. Take care.